We are looking at Abby's backstroke underwater, commentary by Coach Chris. You know, the first thing that stands out as I'm watching it is Abby has a solid grasp of her catch and pull. Let's see, let's get it in frame here. And she's close to having it really effective. So she's getting that shoulder down. That's what I like to see right here. This is a good frame to see it. She's getting this shoulder down as the other shoulder goes up, which is exactly what's allowing her to get this hand deep. This hand is about the depth. That's about the depth that I'm looking for it to have. So she's got a nice deep hand. She's got a real solid bend to the elbow through this phase. Real good grip as she pulls through. Now the one thing I would change is this part. She's finishing her stroke down and away, and she needs to push through down towards her body. So she needs to, as she pulls through, she needs to pull a little bit more down towards her thighs. She should aim for that hand to finish pulling right here along her thigh. And right now you can see as we watch, let's frame back, as we watch, she's pulling here. The first half of her pull is A+. So from here, she gets in, good grip. This is A+ right here. And what she needs to do is pull or push the water from here straight down to her thigh, but instead she's going to push it down towards the bottom. So you see that follow through? This is creating lift, not forward progress. So she's pushing herself up, but she's already got a solid high body position, so it's not really even helping her get higher in the water. It's just basically, it's wasted movement, wasted momentum. So we do have, you know, really good pull. First half of the pull solid. We just need to get it a little bit more straight back, like you're pulling on the rope. Not so much down towards the bottom when you're finishing and following through. You know, so everything up here, everything on this part of the pull, A+. We just got to get the direction. So once you get here and pull through, you need to push all the way through to your thigh. So from this frame, perfect. Drive straight back instead of that down and back. And that'll give her a lot more forward momentum. Because this phase of the pull, from about here, if she was doing it right, her hand would be right about here. From here to here, this last phase of the pull, that's the power phase. That's where we're actually generating the most forward speed, whether it's freestyle, butterfly, you know, from right about your side or waist above your hip to your thigh. That range is where we're getting all our power. And you can see she's pushing herself up through that phase. She's not pushing herself forward as much. She is a little bit, but not as much as she could. And if she can get that pull straight back towards her knee, straight back towards her mid-thigh, straight back along her body, and push herself forward, she'll unlock a lot of power. She's got great rotation with those shoulders. Like I said, look at that clearance. I mean, I don't see this in a lot of kids her age. We have this, look at this space between her shoulder and the water. I mean, that's a great rotation. That's getting that shoulder down perfectly. Solid kick. Gosh, I just really like that pull. All right, on the flip, you know, at this stage, see her palms are still up. She needs to rotate the arms from the shoulder so that the palms are down. She wants these palms to be facing down. At this point, they're still along her thigh. And then what she's going to do is just like she's splashing herself in the face. That'll help pull her over. Right now she's doing that motion, but you can see her palms. She's not using it to actually help her flip because she's using the top of her hands. Getting in the right position, but she'll actually get her feet over with more power if she gets the palms down and actually pulls the water towards her face. I always describe it as like splashing yourself in the face, because that's basically what you're doing. Now you'll notice when she lands, we got a slight twist. She's got a habit of twisting. You know, flip straight over. Get your foot on the wall. She should be looking straight up and down. But the other thing you notice with her is she's uncomfortable being on her back. A slow exhale will keep the water from getting up your nose, and if it does get up your nose, you can see she's looking this way. She's actually looking at her feet as they land on the wall, or trying to. And what she needs to be looking at is she needs to have her head back here. And she should be looking straight up through the surface towards the ceiling. What I visually see when I land on my back on a flip turn is I see through the surface. I see the surface of the water. I see the ceiling. And right now she's looking at her feet. So she needs as she flips to get her eyes off her feet. So she's flipping. So right as she gets to about here and her eyes are naturally up, she needs to keep her eyes on the surface of the water. Don't let the head rotate with those feet. Solid angle, I mean, she's getting a little deep off the push-off, and mainly that's because her feet are hitting so high and her hips are low. I like the low turn that she does. She just needs to get her feet a little bit lower on the water. And part of this is because of this twist. You see she's got this angle of her feet. If she lands with her feet flat, both her feet are going to be a little more here in line with her body, and she's going to have a little flatter trajectory. But right now, because her foot is so high and her hips are so low comparatively, as she starts to push off, she's going to go down. A little bit soon on the kick. I mean, she just leaves the wall and she's kicking already. She should be gliding till this part, at least. So this should all be glide, and she shouldn't kick down because she's already getting deep. On your kick outs, you want to glide down and kick either forward or up. Never down. You never kick yourself deeper when you're doing a dolphin kick out. And here we again, her eyes are still on her feet and back wall. They need to be on the ceiling through the surface of the water. We got to get this head back. I mean, this head's way out of position. And part of it is just a fear of getting water in her nose. Blow out there slow. You'll be fine. Get the head back. Water gets up your nose. You're not dying. You're not drowning. It stings. The sting stops after 10 seconds. You'll be okay. Just because water gets in your nose doesn't mean it goes down your throat or down your lungs. You can control that. But here we can see, I mean, this is, for such an effective kick, I mean, look at the range of motion in this kick. She has a tremendous kick. I love the kick. From the hips down, from the waist down, from the ribs down, again, she's got like half of everything perfect. This is perfect. All this from basically her lower ribs, her abdomen down, perfect. Good hip movement, good follow through, but the streamline above is her head's out of position. I mean, this is actually a decent streamline, but there's no head to fill the hole. Her head's out of alignment, and so you see this really hard position to maintain of this head up. I mean, her head's way up. Get that head in line. Get it in line with your body. Get the head back. You know, get it tucked into that streamline. And the result of those kicks, we can see this. Look at how deep she is. She should be an inch. She should be at the surface an inch away from the water. She is feet under the water. She's already taken her first stroke. You know, this is a mistimed breakout, really. She needs to keep kicking. She's not even close to a breakout right here. I mean, her top hand is even towards the surface. And the other thing you notice is the steep angle she's coming up to get to the surface. Again, part of that's that uncomfortableness being on her back, something we can work on. And then the other part is all those kicks down. She did like 1, 2, 3 kicks down, and it pushed her deeper and deeper and deeper. Well, when you're this deep and you're running out of air, you got to come up like this to get to the surface. And that's her streamline path right there. It's exactly what she just did. Like 3 kicks down. Oh my God, I got to get up. And so she's rushing to get to the surface, and that's where all this is coming from. If she just glides down, takes a kick flat, kick on the rise, kick on the rise, kick on the rise, and then she hits and breaks out. It's a much more natural path and a lot less steep going into that breakout. There's that great catch, with that downward finish. I mean, here you can see it again. This is the only real thing I'd like to see change, and she'll make a huge improvement in that backstroke, which is this, pushing the water down towards the bottom. That's, we need to correct that and get it a lot tighter. Her hand should be the same hand she's got right now. You can see it. This should be her finish right here versus where it is right now. That should be where her hand is in the alignment. She just follows through straight back. And that's all forward momentum. All that pull will be forward momentum. It's a big booster because she gets such a great grip on the first half. I mean, look at this. You don't see kids getting that good shoulder roll and that good grip. So, a lot of good stuff. Just keep working on those underwaters and getting comfortable on your back, and make some minor adjustments to which direction you're pushing the water on the back half of your pull, because that's the speed phase. That's where you get all your speed from. Those few adjustments and that backstroke could take off.